Alright, in this video I'm going to teach you how to solve this question related to graphs of functions. Okay, so the first thing we have, this by the way is from October-November 2016, paper 2, variant 2, question number 3. So the first thing we have to do is we have to complete the table. That's fairly simple, so I'm just going to plug in 5. I'm just going to plug in 5 in place of x. So let's do that. 5 upon 20, bracket open, 5 square minus 10. So the answer to this is 15 upon 4, or simply 3.75. Okay. The next thing you have to do is, of course, you have to draw the curve. Okay, draw the graph. So let's see. So we have a point 0, 0. So I'm going to mark that. Make sure that you put a cross instead. By the way, the scale says use a centimeter of 2 centimeter to represent 1 unit. So that means I'm going to leave 2 boxes and mark 1 on the y-axis, and I'm going to do the same for the x-axis also. Okay, so 0, 0, so that's 1 point. 1 and minus 0.45, so minus 0.45 will be halfway between minus 0.4 and 5. Okay, so that's got to be somewhere here when I'm putting the cross. And then we have 2 minus 0.6, so 2 minus 0.6 is going to be here. And then we'll have 3 and minus 0.15, so that means now the graph will start rising. So that's going to be somewhere here. And then 4 comma 1.2, so that's going to be here. And then 5 and 3.75, so that will be 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah, just here. Okay, so I'm going to try and join them with a smooth curve. So there you go, so far so good. Here's 1 point, oops, sorry. Okay, there you go. Now, the question says, by drawing a tangent, excuse me, estimate the gradient of the curve at the point where x equals to 2.5. So 2.5 is here. So at this point, I'm going to draw a tangent, and you guys remember the deal for the tangent, that it has to touch the curve at this point. It has it has to be symmetrical, meaning that the space above 2.5 should be equal to the space below 2.5. Okay, so here's my tangent. I'm going to pick any 2 points that I like to calculate the gradient. So this looks like a nice point. This is going to have coordinates of 3.5 comma 0, and this looks like another nice point. This is going to have coordinates of 1 and minus 1, sorry. So y2 minus y1, that means minus 1 minus 0 upon x2 minus x1, that means 1 minus 3.5. So that's going to be minus 1 over minus 2.5, so the minus will get cancelled out, and 1 divided by 2.5 is equal to 0.4. Now let's check if our answer is inside the acceptable range or not. So this is winter 16, paper 2, variant 2, and where is the marking scheme? Here it is, question number 3. So yeah, our answer is in fact inside the marking range, inside the acceptable range, because the acceptable range you can see is from 0.3 to 0.5, so we are well within that. In fact, I think we're pretty accurate. Okay, next part. Next it says, use your graph to solve the equation x upon 20 equals to x square, x upon 20, bracket open, x square minus 10 equals to 0. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite the equation that we have plotted in the graph. Okay, so that I believe is the same. Yep, it's the same. So y equals to x upon 20, x square minus 10. So all I got to do is I got to replace this with y. So that means I got to see where y equals to 0. Okay, so I can either draw the line y equals to 0, which if I do, that will just be equal to the x-axis. That means I got to see the point, or perhaps the points at which y is equals to 0. So these points are 0 and 3.15, 0 and 3.15. Okay, so there you go, 0 or 3.15. Let's check whether this is correct. Yeah, that's absolutely inside the acceptable range. Okay, now let's do part E, which says the graph of y equals to x upon 20, bracket open, x square minus 10, together with the graph of a straight line L, can be used to solve this equation, x cube minus 10, x minus 80, for x is greater than 0, lesser than or equal to 5. Okay, so here's what you got to do. You got to look at x cube plus 10x minus 80 equals to 0, and somehow you have to bring the left hand side equal to y. Okay, what do you have to do? You have to bring the left hand side equal to y somehow. Okay, so it would be nice if you were to open, at least if you were to open the brackets of the original equation, so that you can get rid of this x square minus 10, so that it will be easy for us to compare. So if I do that, I'll have x cube minus 10x upon 20. Okay, so what I gotta do is I gotta bring this equal to this, okay, by somehow adding, subtracting values. So the first thing I'll do is I'll take 80 on the left hand side, on the right hand side, sorry. So I have x cube plus 10x. I'm going to leave some space so that I can add or subtract something, equals to 80. Okay. Now the next thing I got to do is, we have x cube here and we have x cube here also. Okay, so that's so far so good. But we have a minus 10x here, and we have a plus 10x here. So that means if I want to bring plus 10x equals to minus 10x, I got to take away 20x from the left hand side, and if I do something on the left hand side, I have to do the same on the right hand side also. Now the next thing I got to do is, just making sure that the mic is on. Next thing I gotta do is I gotta divide the left hand side by 20, and if I do that on the left, if I've done something on the left hand side, I gotta do the exact same thing on the right hand side also. So let's see what happens to the left hand side. It becomes x cube minus 10x upon 20, and the right hand side is equal to 80 minus 20x upon 20. Okay, so this is now equal to y. The left hand side is officially equal to y, so that means I now have the equation of the straight line, and I can take 20 common in the numerator, so that's going to be 4 minus x upon 20. So this gets cancelled out, and that means the equation of the straight line that can be used to solve the equation is y equals to 4 minus x. So what's the equation? It's 4 minus x. Y equals to 4 minus x, or just 4 minus x. Both are acceptable answers. Draw the line of L on the grid. Well, we can do that very conveniently. Let's take 3 values, so x and y. Let's take 0, so y will be 4. Let's take 1. Well, we can't take 1, we don't have room for minus 3. Let's take 2, so 4 minus 2 is going, actually no, we can't take 1, yeah, sorry. If we take 1, so y will be 3. If we take 2, y will be 4 minus 2 is 2. So 0, 4, 1, 3, 2, 2. 0, 4, 0, 4, 1, 3, 2, 2. So I'm going to join these points with the help of a straight line. I'm going to extend it, okay, to make sure that it cuts the curve also, because I'm pretty sure in the next part it's going to ask me to find out the point of intersection. Yeah. Hence solve the equation x cube plus 10x minus 80. So if you are asked to solve after you've drawn a line, that means you're supposed to look for the point or perhaps the points of intersection. Okay, so you got to look for that, and the only point of intersection that I can see is this, which is 3.5. Yeah, we will however check if this is inside the acceptable range or not. It is inside the acceptable range because it's a follow through mark. That means if you drawn your line correctly, you will get the mark for this also. Okay, so that's all for this video. I hope this video helped you clear this concept. This was quite a technical question, and that's all for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one if I make one today. Otherwise, tomorrow or whenever. Okay, take care. Bye bye.